Alright, what's going on, guys? We're not back at it again in here for another audio commentary for you guys for today, and in here for my Survivor Series 2011 review. And I gotta say, before I get into the actual review in itself and with my thoughts on the Survivor Series, I just want to thank each and every one of you guys who were able to come to the Survivor Series pre-show. As always, it was one hell of a show, and I know I wasn't able to be a part of it since I was having some weird ass Skype problems. I don't know what the hell was going on. I was trying to fix it, and apparently it's not really working on my laptop, so I apologize that I wasn't able to be a part of the call, but I was there in the chat room chatting with you guys, so it still made up for one hell of a show, and hopefully you guys will be able to be a part of the next pre-show, which will be for the next TNA pay-per-view, so hopefully I can get things working with Skype and everything like that, and I'll probably use my regular computer for now with that, so I do apologize once again and not being able to be a part of it, at least, Skype wise. So that's basically what happened there. And with the latest update on that, now we get into the Survivor Series, and I gotta say, it was a tremendous show. And even though I wasn't basically a part of it, I still ordered it and felt a part of it either way. And the crowd was really good. They basically kept me entertained, and I always love the Madison Square Garden crowd basically, and they were hot tonight, so that was really cool in itself. I came in kind of late, so I basically missed the United States Championship match between Dolph Ziggler and John Morrison, and I later found out that Ziggler was able to retain the United States Championship, so, I'm sure it was a good match with that, so I wish I would have saw, I believe, which was the opener, so it should have been a good opener, I'm sure, nonetheless, so you guys can drop your thoughts and comments in the comment box. With that being said, also, I wasn't able to see the Divas Championship match, so if I'm not mistaken, and if I'm correct, that Beth Phoenix was able to get a win too. I'm not too sure if Eve won that one, so I didn't really watch that one and as well the opening match. So that's it when it comes down to that. So you guys can catch me up on that. But anyway, what I did was able to see anyway with The Rock coming back, of course, once again cutting a promo and basically talking about how he got his start here for being uh, in the WWE and as well being in the Survivor Series, debuting in this traditional Survivor Series tag team match, going on to being WWE champion and all that stuff. So it was really cool to see that, and a good promo with there, and basically seeing old school Rock, if you will. So that was tremendous in itself. And right after that, we got the traditional Survivor Series tag team match 5 and 5. We got Team Wade Barrett against Team Randy Orton. And this one was a good match here. We see some good things here from both teams. And, of course, we saw some good things from Cody Rhodes in this one. Some nice spots here from Kofi Kingston and Sin Cara, which is really cool of that. And unfortunately, it looks like we kind of have an injury from Sin Cara. Hopefully, it's nothing really too serious. So that's what actually had basically Sin Cara get out of the match there. So hopefully that injury is nothing too big on that part. So, he did some pretty good things, at least for what it was worth anyway. Uh, so that's it when it comes to that one. But in the end, who gets the win here? Now, to me, I thought, Team Randy Orton was going to get the win here since Randy Orton has been the sole survivor for the past Survivor Series with his teams and everything. But actually, that wasn't the case. And then we see things turn around here, and that's why Team Wade Barrett gets the win here with Wade Barrett and Cody Rhodes basically in a 2-on-1 situation against Randy Orton. So that was actually pretty surprised and the shocker there too. So yes, Wade Barrett and Cody Rhodes getting the win there. So that was a good traditional Survivor Series tag team match. Then we get into the World Heavyweight Championship match. We got the rematch here, the Big Show and Mark Henry. And this one was okay. Wasn't really into it too much. And the crowd really, in the way, trying to get everyone else into it. But, this one wasn't really as good as their match with their Vengeance pay-per-view match, so it could have been a lot more better, but I will give them the props, and they did at least somewhat try their best. We've seen the crazy elbow drop from the Big Show, which is pretty sick there, and with that spot, and Mark Henry really tried to take out the Big Show and try to re-injure him once again, and with that as well, we did get to see the low blow by Mark Henry, and yes, basically having Mark Henry retain there and having the Big Show win by disqualification. Didn't really care for that, so that's what basically happened with that. Then eventually the Big Show gets his vengeance and takes out Mark Henry basically what Mark Henry did to him at Money in the Bank. So we're gonna have to wait and see what's gonna happen next with Mark Henry. Is he gonna come back, or is this the last of Mark Henry? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. And maybe whether or not the World Heavyweight Championship is going to be vacated, I don't know. So anything can happen at this point. So I will be tuning in to see what's going to happen there. Then we get into the next World Championship match with the WWE Championship match between CM Punk and Alberto Del Rio. This was a good match between these two. Of course, we see the good chemistry work. And as well, we see a return, and that's what Harold Franco basically announcing as a special guest announcer for CM Punk, which was really cool in itself to see Harold Franco announce CM Punk. And then after that, of course, we had the match in itself. And like I mentioned, we see the nice chemistry by these two going back and forth. At one point, Alberto Del Rio was going to win. We see the little interference there from Ricardo Rodriguez as well. And we see the cross-arm breaker a couple of times, I believe maybe 1 or 2 times. And as well, we get to see, yes, the Anaconda Vice, which actually helps, yes, CM Punk defeats Del Rio and becomes the new WWE Champion. So that was really cool there. And hopefully CM Punk will actually keep the championship a little while, and we'll have to wait and see where that goes. So congrats to CM Punk on that one. And then we get into the main event. Yes, that's right, The Rock and Cena against the Awesome Truth. Never before, never again. And it was really cool to see The Rock back in the ring and basically not losing a step and, still having it there. So, that was cool, and basically having like old times and showing why I'm here. And actually, basically, if you want to call it that way, my first Rock match was in a way the tag team match. So now here having it again, The Rock and Cena in the tag team match. So The Rock actually did really well, and I was really impressed by it. And basically, alright, so I do apologize for that brief interruption there, and as I was getting into with the main event, and with The Rock and Cena, we did get to see them coexist basically in a way. The Rock really just watching John Cena to see how he's going to do with the Awesome Truth, and we see in a way kind of at times basically mostly Cena and Awesome Truth in this one. Then eventually we see The Rock come back in, and I see the moves that we used to see with the DDT and the rock bottom, of course the people's elbow, which actually helps the Rock come back here and defeats the Awesome Truth in this one. And we get to see as well the nice double teams and stuff like that, and good back and forth was from the Awesome Truth. But in the end, yes, like I mentioned, we did get to see the people's elbow, which is really cool to see again, of course, and which was tremendous to say the least. And the Rock and Cena basically getting the win here, and basically, if you want to put it that way, yes, laying boots to asses, which is really tremendous in itself. And in the way, we did basically get a stare down to end the show, and as well the rock bottom to John Cena there, and ended it there for the Survivor Series. So overall, from what I saw, it was a good show. I would have liked to see the first 2 matches, but it is what it is. Maybe I'll get to rewatch them sometime later on this week. But as far as video making for this week, since it's going to be Thanksgiving, I probably won't do a Raw review depending on what's going on. So we'll have to wait and see, and definitely look for an update for WWE 12, which I'm looking to get on Tuesday. So stay tuned for that. So there probably won't be in the hot seat for this week. I will most likely, of course, bring it back the week after, which would be next week. So hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving. I should be back for my Raw review for you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoy the Survivor Season with The Rock coming back. What are your thoughts on The Rock and how he did? Do you think he still has it? And what do you think is going to happen next between The Rock and John Cena? And do you think we'll see The Rock come back, basically wrestle for part-time, and maybe we'll get to see The Rock and Miz feud, or maybe The Rock and R-Truth feud, or even both. So you never know what's going to happen. And that's about does it for me for my Survivor Series 2011 review. And like I mentioned, hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. And as always, of course, I will talk to you guys later on. Peace.